Exercise number 5. Shikodachi. Shikodachi, also known as the sumo stance, is one of the core postures that keeps elderly Japanese people strong, balanced, and active well into their 70s and beyond. This stance is a perfect combination of strength, stability, and joint mobility, designed to target the muscle chains that tend to weaken with age, including the quadriceps, glutes, adductors, and deep thigh muscles. The key difference between Shikodachi and a traditional squat is that it respects the body's natural biomechanics, offering functional benefits without putting strain on the knees or spine. To perform it correctly, position your feet about twice shoulder width apart, with your toes pointing slightly outward at a 45-degree angle, as if adopting a sumo wrestler's base. Slowly lower your hips as if you were sitting between your legs, keeping your spine neutral and your chest upright, while lightly resting your hands on your thighs for balance. Physiology studies show that this stance activates more muscle fibers than conventional squats, especially in the inner and posterior parts of the legs, making it essential for maintaining the functional strength needed for daily activities like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance while walking on uneven surfaces. When performing Shikodachi, you not only strengthen your leg muscles but also work on hip mobility, which is crucial for preventing lower back pain and postural alignment issues that arise from a sedentary lifestyle and aging. The secret lies in prolonged isometry. Hold the stance for 20 to 30 seconds at first, and gradually increase to 1 to 2 minutes as your strength and stability improve. For beginners, it is highly recommended to practice near a wall or chair for support, helping to avoid falls and allowing for posture adjustments until you feel safe performing the stance on your own. It is important to maintain a neutral spine, avoiding an arched lower back, as this shifts the effort to other areas and reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. As you gain confidence, you can add subtle arm movements or slight torso rotations, increasing core activation and neuromuscular coordination without negatively affecting your joints. For engagement and tracking, motivate yourself by recording your progress. Log how long you can hold Shikodachi, note improvements in walking stability, leg strength, and reduced morning stiffness. Ask friends or family to observe and give feedback on your posture, creating social motivation that increases adherence to the daily habit. Comment below your age, whether you're familiar with Shikodachi, and whether you plan to include it in your routine, sharing questions or experiences. This builds a sense of community and reinforces learning. Shikodachi is a complete posture. It strengthens the legs and core, improves balance and hip mobility, boosts circulation, enhances body awareness and posture, reduces the risk of falls and pain, and also promotes mental focus and deep breathing. For final engagement, comment below if you plan to try Shikodachi, what benefits you hope to gain, or if you've already tried similar postures and what results you experienced. When performed consistently, this exercise can transform your quality of life, bringing strength, confidence, and independence even after age 60. Exercise number 4, Tsuburiashi. Tsuburiashi, or Japanese slow walking, is a fundamental movement to strengthen balance, coordination, and body awareness in the elderly. Unlike conventional walking, this exercise is performed in an extremely deliberate, slow, and mindful manner, stimulating deep muscles in the legs, ankles, and core that are often neglected in common activities. To perform Tsuburiashi correctly, start standing with your feet shoulder width apart, shoulders relaxed, and torso upright. Move one foot forward at a time, rolling from the heel to the arch and pushing off with the toes, keeping the movement smooth and continuous. Inhale during 2 steps, hold your breath for 2 steps, and exhale during 4 steps, creating a rhythmic pattern that synchronizes the cardiovascular and nervous systems, enhancing blood circulation, muscle oxygenation, and neuromuscular activation. This movement not only strengthens the muscles of the legs and core, but also reactivates the intrinsic muscles of the feet, which are responsible for supporting the foot arch and providing stability while walking, helping to prevent falls. In Western countries, shoes and flat surfaces weaken these muscles, but daily practice of Tsuburyashi strengthens them again, restoring stability and confidence to walk on uneven terrain. Additionally, this mindful walking improves proprioception, which is the body's perception of its position in space, an essential factor in preventing trips and falls. Studies from Japanese universities have shown that elderly individuals who practice Tsuburyashi daily have lower arterial stiffness, better blood pressure, and a significant increase in hip and ankle mobility compared to those who only engage in conventional walking. To enhance the exercise, you can add small arm variations. Keep them slightly raised or gently move them forward and backward with each step. This increases core activation and improves coordination between the upper and lower limbs, strengthening posture and overall body stability. Another progression includes increasing the stride length or walking on slightly uneven surfaces like grass, dirt, or rugs to further challenge the stabilizing muscles and reinforce proprioception. The daily practice of Tsuburyashi should be done with care, without rushing, appreciating each step. Focus on the sensation of each active muscle, the posture of your torso, the alignment of your hips, and the movement of your ankles. This body awareness helps reduce muscular imbalances and improves movement efficiency over time. Over time, continuous practice makes the movements more automatic, incorporating strength, stability, and flexibility into your natural daily walking. Exercise number 3. Modified Seiza. Modified Seiza is a traditional Japanese posture adapted for modern practice, especially designed for people over 60. As a specialist in functional health and active aging, I can affirm that this posture goes far beyond simply sitting correctly. It activates deep core muscles, stretches the quadriceps and hip flexors, and promotes postural stability, which is fundamental for maintaining balance, preventing falls, and optimizing daily mobility. Proper execution requires attention and body awareness. Kneel on the floor, place a firm cushion or block between your heels and hips to reduce pressure on the knees, and slowly lower your hips onto your heels, keeping your spine naturally upright without forcing the posture. Shoulders should remain relaxed, core engaged, and chin slightly tucked, as if an imaginary string were pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. This posture stimulates deep trunk muscles, including the multifidus, transverse abdominis, and erector spinae, which are essential for maintaining a stable posture and preventing strain on the lumbar spine. From a physiological perspective, modified Seiza not only strengthens muscles but also improves flexibility in the quadriceps and hip flexors, which naturally shorten with aging and a sedentary lifestyle. This deep stretch helps prevent the hunched posture typical of many elderly individuals, known as kyphosis, and contributes to maintaining hip range of motion, which is essential for functional activities such as walking, standing up from a chair, or climbing stairs. Exercise physiology research shows that daily practice of long-duration isometric postures increases muscular endurance, promotes capillarization, and improves proprioception. Key aspects for preventing falls and maintaining functional independence. For beginners, it's essential to start with short sessions of 30 seconds to 1 minute, performing 2 to 3 repetitions, and gradually increase to 5 minutes per session as the body adapts. Using additional support such as firm cushions or blocks ensures safety and comfort, especially for individuals with mobility limitations or joint stiffness. The focus should be on the quality of movement, not the initial duration. Maintaining an upright spine, aligned hips, and engaged core is more important than holding the posture for a long time. As strength and flexibility improve, it becomes possible to extend the hold and even add small arm or torso movements for additional core activation and functional stability. For advanced execution, one variation involves maintaining the Seiza posture while performing synchronized deep breathing. Inhale through the nose counting to 4, hold for 2 seconds, and slowly exhale through the mouth counting to 6. This technique amplifies circulatory and neuromuscular benefits, promoting greater brain and muscle oxygenation, while also stimulating the parasympathetic system, which helps reduce stress and supports the body's recovery. Another progression includes small torso rotations or gradual arm lifts to further engage the deep core and postural stabilizer muscles. As a specialist, I recommend tracking your practice. Note the time held, perceive stability, hip flexibility, and comfort during the posture. This allows you to monitor progress, adjust your routine, and stay motivated. Encourage interaction by asking people to comment on their age, practice location, and how they feel during the exercise, building engagement and a sense of community. Ask whether they already practiced stretching postures or if they have difficulty with balance, encouraging experience sharing and personalized tips. This social approach increases habit adherence and strengthens learning. Modified CESA also offers respiratory benefits. During the posture, deep breathing activates the diaphragm, promotes better blood circulation, and increases brain and muscle oxygenation. Breathing consciously while holding the posture improves endurance, coordination, and mental focus, key aspects for functional health and fall prevention in the elderly. Additionally, this posture promotes a naturally upright spine, hip alignment, and activation of the glutes and hip flexors, fostering functional strength that translates to independence in daily activities. Exercise number 2. Zazen. Zazen is an ancient practice from the Japanese Zen tradition, used by monks for centuries to develop strength, focus, and mental balance, while keeping the body active even in static positions. For older adults, this posture offers deep benefits for the deep core muscles, spine, and hip joints, in addition to promoting mental stability and stress reduction. As a specialist in functional aging, I can affirm that Zazen activates muscles that are normally not engaged in conventional exercises, including the multifidus, transverse abdominis, and deep postural muscles of the spine, providing support for the lumbar spine, improving posture, and preventing chronic pain. To perform it correctly, sit on the floor with your legs crossed. If possible, place each foot on the opposite thigh in the lotus position. If that's difficult, simply cross your legs and use a firm cushion to slightly elevate your hips, ensuring spinal alignment. Keeping your spine upright, imagine a line pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling, with relaxed shoulders, a slightly engaged abdomen, and a gently tilted chin. This posture keeps the core engaged while simultaneously stretching the quadriceps, hip flexors, and adductors, which often tighten with age. During Zazen, breathing is essential. Inhale deeply through the nose while counting to 4, hold for 2 seconds, and exhale slowly through the mouth while counting to 6, keeping the rhythm smooth and steady. This conscious breathing activates the parasympathetic system, reduces cortisol, lowers heart rate, and promotes deep relaxation while improving oxygenation of the brain and muscles. Neuroscience studies show that prolonged isometric postures with mindfulness increase neuroplasticity, improve motor coordination, and strengthen the mind-body connection, contributing to fall prevention and greater functional stability. Zazen also supports concentration, mental focus, and emotional control, key elements for autonomy and quality of life in older adults. To advance, you can include small variations. Gently lift the arms in front or to the side of the body, open the chest while maintaining an upright spine, or incorporate slow, controlled torso rotations. These variations increase muscle activation, recruit deep muscle fibers, and strengthen motor coordination. Another progression involves increasing the time holding the posture and alternating between deeper breathing or controlled pauses between inhalations and exhalations, enhancing circulatory and neuromuscular benefits. To encourage engagement and adherence, I recommend that practitioners comment below about their experience, whether they were already familiar with Zazen, how long they can hold the posture, the sensations they felt during and after the practice, and whether they've noticed improvements in balance or posture. Also encourage them to share their age and location to create a sense of community and motivation, promoting the exchange of experiences and increasing commitment to the daily habit. Over time, this active participation fosters consistency and reinforces learning. As a specialist, I emphasize that the practice of Zazen should be integrated into the daily routine. Practicing the posture upon waking or before going to bed helps strengthen the body, stretch shortened muscles, improve posture, breathing, and mental balance. Short but consistent sessions are more effective than long, sporadic ones. It is recommended to observe your progress, record how long you can hold the posture, comfort levels, flexibility, and sense of stability, adjusting the progression as needed. This monitoring builds motivation, body awareness, and allows the practice to be adapted to individual limitations. Exercise number 1. Kibadachi. Kibadachi, known as the horse riding stance, is a traditional Japanese position with deep roots in martial arts, especially in samurai and karate training. This stance develops leg strength, core stability, and postural endurance. Key elements for older adults who want to maintain mobility, balance, and independence. As a specialist in functional aging and strength training for mature adults, I can affirm that Kibadachi is not just a physical exercise. It is a practice that reactivates deep, stabilizing muscles, improves body awareness, and promotes neuromuscular coordination that gradually declines with inactivity. To perform it correctly, start with your feet shoulder-width apart or slightly wider, keeping your toes pointed forward. Bend your knees as if sitting in an invisible chair, maintaining an upright spine, lightly engaged abdomen, and relaxed shoulders. Your arms should rest at your sides, relaxed but aligned, promoting natural balance and posture. What sets Kibadachi apart is its ability to engage muscles that are rarely activated in traditional exercises: quadriceps, glutes, adductors, abductors, and deep core muscles. These muscles are essential for standing up from chairs, walking on uneven surfaces, and maintaining lateral balance, helping to prevent falls. For beginners, it's recommended to perform Kibadachi near a wall or chair to ensure safety while the body adapts to the position. Start by holding the stance for 20 to 30 seconds, doing 2 to 3 repetitions per session, and gradually increase to 1 to 2 minutes as strength and endurance improve. During execution, the focus should be on proper form: a neutral spine, knees aligned over the ankles, and engaged core. Avoid leaning the torso forward or arching the back, as this reduces the effectiveness of the exercise and increases the risk of joint strain. As the body grows stronger, small variations can be introduced, such as gentle arm movements, light trunk stretches, or lateral weight shifts to stimulate additional stabilizer muscles and challenge balance. In addition to physical benefits, Kibadachi improves mental focus, concentration, and breath control. Maintaining the posture requires full attention to body positioning and conscious breathing. Inhale deeply through the nose while counting to 4, hold for 2 seconds, and exhale slowly through the mouth while counting to 6. This breathing pattern strengthens respiratory muscles, increases brain oxygenation, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation, stress reduction, and a greater sense of well-being. Daily practice creates neuromuscular habits that translate into more stable and confident movements during everyday activities. For advanced progression, you can increase the time holding the posture, perform Kibadachi on unstable surfaces like rugs or grass, or add subtle arm and torso movements to further engage the core and stabilizing muscles. These variations challenge balance, strength, and coordination, making the practice more effective and safer. Another strategy is to perform small lateral steps or slight squats within the stance, increasing range of motion and muscular endurance, always maintaining focus on correct execution. Kibadachi is also a preventive posture. By strengthening the quadriceps, glutes, core, and hip muscles, it reduces the risk of injuries during daily activities such as climbing stairs, getting up from chairs, or walking on uneven surfaces. Additionally, it promotes lateral stability, protects the knees and hips, improves body alignment, and enhances functional mobility. Essential elements for independence and quality of life for people over 60. The practice should be done in a safe environment, with full attention to execution, posture, and breathing. Small variations should only be added once the basic posture is mastered, ensuring progress without putting stress on the joints. Encourage tracking your progress, time held, stability, balance sensation, and comfort during the posture, adjusting as needed. This monitoring increases body awareness, motivation, and adherence to the daily habit.